Corvus is one of the best heroes in Bloons TD 6, and Ninjakiwi just decided to make him even stronger. So by now I'm sure that the majority of you guys have encountered Corvus in some way, whether it's in a video or maybe you tried him out yourselves, and then you quickly realize two things. Number one, this thing is extremely complicated, and number two, he is extremely powerful. Now admittedly, myself, I'm not exactly a Corvus enjoyer, but after these recent changes, I felt like, well, we had to try Corvus in a game. So first off, we're in round 15, so let me see how the ninja is gonna do. We barely get enough money, so let me just buy Corvus just like this. And let's see, as someone who doesn't use Corvus as much, let's see if I can make use of Corvus and see if we can get the win onto this chimps mode on cargo. Now, for those of you that don't know what Corvus's changes are, it's essentially the fact that his leveling curve got changed and it's now identical to Ezeli's leveling curve, which basically means he just levels a lot faster. And look at these changes, just go straight to action. So it's round 27 and we're at level 5, and I feel like maybe this is about where he would have been, but I think we're gonna start seeing this in the later levels actually. So for example, maybe he's gonna be like level 13 when he was supposed to be level 10 or something like that. Oh, by the way, let's actually cast the spear because we have no lead popping power, so I'm just gonna cast it for a second so we deal with this one, and I'm gonna dismiss it because I do want to save the nourishment mana actually. So even though we're leveling a lot faster, I still want to be nourishing, so we're gonna have these lead balloons and I'm gonna cast the spear just so we get rid of these guys. And is that all of them? Yeah, there we go. So let's dismiss this thing, and I know that this placement is, oh wait a minute, there's one single lead balloon, but we can do this. We can actually use the level 3 ability, and let's start nourishing. So even though we're leveling a lot faster, I still want to be nourishing and I want to get these levels going as fast as possible. And actually the people that are the most happy with these changes are the people that were playing these like true expert chimps maps like Ravine and Ouch, because for some reason like reducing the XP requirements for Corvus just made them so OP onto these maps that you can like save a lot of money in the early game, makes it so easy. so I personally cannot talk about this because I'm not exactly using Corvus, but if we can make this thing work onto, well, cargo, which is a pretty annoying map, then I'm just gonna be happy with that one. So let's actually use the site. Let's get some mana going. Let's nourish. Oh, and actually we might have made a mistake by using the nourishment on the oh wait a minute, we actually have this thing. Okay, so maybe we use the malevolence for a second. We're gonna have the site in a second, so let's go like this, dismiss it, and then if we do get the site, we can get rid of this last wave of pink balloons. So yeah, we're gonna get it. So let's go like this, get some mana going, and then I'm gonna use the spear, and there we go, baby, Corvus. All right, so let's go like this. Let's cast the spear. We have a little bit of mana, but is this gonna be enough? This is, oh my god, it's barely enough. Okay, very good. Okay, so let's we're gonna need to siphon some mana actually, because we're gonna have some yes, we're gonna have some count balloons now. So let me cast the vision for a second so we get some count detection for these guys, and there we go, guys. Corvus, this hero, he has a solution to everything. He's actually that good. I have an idea for the Moab, but let's actually go like this. Let me buy the sticky ninja, and then we have a lot of mana left over, so we're actually gonna tank all these ceramics by using the soul barrier, right? Yeah, there we go. 1 life but 98 remaining of the soul barrier. I mean, I guess if you're playing it on like a true expert map, it's really not fun and you have to be planning around to all those spells, but you know what, I'm having a lot of fun like this. So let's just keep it going. So we are level 7, so this means that we have to keep nourishing. That's the most important thing. Let's actually use the vision because we do have some camos at the back. I'm not sure if the ninja is here. I think it was a good idea because I think I saw like a green balloon at the back that ninja was not able to deal with. And guys, so far so good. Round 45, he is level 8. We're gonna have a huge nourishment in a second. I'm trying to save the level 3 abilities so that we can use it onto some of these ceramics that are coming on the next round. So maybe if we get like 2, I don't think we're getting 2 actually of these guys. So let's do we fully pop 1 of these 45 ceramic? I'm not sure. Maybe we need to use an ability. Okay, so let's push these guys back with a little bit of frost. Let's keep them in place. We're gonna have ceramics on this one as well. Maybe if frost was actually not the answer, maybe we should have used the repel. So let's go like this. Let's use the vision as well because so many camo balloons, and I think this is, oh wait a minute, maybe let's try it like this. Let's use the repel. We are probably going to need the vision for all these camos, so let me use the spear just for a second, and there we go. All these guys are gone, so maybe we can dismiss the spear so it doesn't waste any mana. And look at this thing, $16,000 on 49. I mean, guys, this is a lot of money. I'm gonna be honest, we're saving so much money with this hero. It's actually insane. So I want to clear this entire round by using the trample. So let's go like this. I think we're gonna get every single ceramic with this one. Yeah, there we go. And so what I want to do, I'm actually gonna nourish the 600 mana, and when these Regal Rainbows appear, I'm gonna use the level 3 ability to get rid of them and gain some mana back. So that should be coming out in a second. So let's go like this. That's gonna be a lot of damage, 500 mana, and if we need to intervene, we can do that. I'm ready with the spear, I guess, but it is not looking like it's gonna be necessary. Guys, around $20,000. This guy is helping us save so much cash. It's actually insane. So let's oh wait a minute, we still have a mob problem, so let's actually use the barrier like we did around 40, but we cannot have this as a solution for all the mobs. And actually that might be a strategy of dealing with at least like one mob class bloom per round or something like that, because as soon as the mob pops into small ceramics, you can just use the level 3 ability to get rid of all the insides. I'm gonna use the spear, by the way, because there's some balloons up top, and I'm gonna try and do the exact same thing onto this one. So as soon as this guy pops, let's use the level 3 ability. Wait a minute. Okay, we popped the first one, but we are not exactly popping the second one, so soul barrier really quickly, and there we go. There's some more mob class balloons appearing, so maybe try and solve these mobs with like the storm, because the storm is actually really nice. Let me use the repel as well. We're gonna have 2 mob class balloons on this one, and we are going to need to let me actually move Corvus like this. As soon as this guy pops, I'm gonna use the level 3 ability into those ceramics. And then are we doing fine? Do we have all these guys? Yeah, there we go. That's very good. And round 54, this is a super messy one, so I think we might need to echo on this one, and honestly maybe even spear, just because of how many balloons are gonna appear on this one. So let me use the spear as well. We are dealing with all these guys, but we're gonna need some mana. We're at 170 mana, so as soon as this guy pops, I'm gonna use the level. I didn't use the level 3 ability, by the way. Oh, never mind. The level 3 ability wasn't a cooldown, so we just defeated the entire round just by, you know, having all of these guys active. But that's really that's completely fine, because here's what we can do. Let's move Corvus like this. Let's harvest some mana, get rid of this entire wave, and then we're gonna have the huge wave of 55. So let's use the trample for this last one, because the ninja is not gonna be enough by itself. And there we go. And maybe we can storm it up with a little bit of repel for these leftovers, and that should be. That was close. It was close, but we got it done. Let's get the vision going as well, and let's keep the storm going just for a second. The storm is draining a lot of mana, but there are gonna be some of these cow balloons in this round, so let's chill for a second. Yeah, let's have it active. All right, so these rounds are getting a little bit annoying, so let's go like this. Let's get a discount village, and I was thinking of defending with this thing with the Dark Knight. Let's actually use the repel onto these balloons that are going to be coming out. So the repel plus the knockback from the super is actually a really good combo. We do have the oh wait a minute, we do have the echo active. I think that's from the previous round actually. Oh, did I use the echo by mistake? I don't exactly remember, because we were using so many abilities. It's actually a little bit hard to keep track of these guys. But let me move Corvus back just like this, and let's try and let me just get like, I know it's like one ceramic, but I want to get some mana so that we can nurse. So let's use the nourishment like this. All right, so 63. Let me just give this guy an alchemist. It's gonna be a 320 alchemist. Let me just give it a lot of attack speed with the jungle drums, the alchemist, and everything. And I'm a little bit late on this one. Is this gonna be enough? It is. I was ready with the soul barrier, by the way, but I think we dealt with that one. Okay, so let's think about the next one. We are at full mana, so let me use the echo, and let's use all these stalling spells. So let's go like this with the frostbound and the repel. Let's try and keep these guys in place. I'm still gonna have the soul barrier in hand, and I think oh my god, we have to use it. That's a problem. Do we defend this? 100 lives. It's super close, but I actually think we have this one. So let me use the level 10 ability, get some mana back, and actually I'm gonna trample the last wave, and this should be, yeah, there we go. That's round 63. I mean, that was a little bit closer than I would like to be. Let's move Corvus back like this. Let's eat up some ceramics actually coming out of these guys. Let's eat up some 45 ceramics with the level 3 ability, then we can maybe do a nourish. Actually, let's nourish now. Then as soon as these guys pop, let's use this ability. Let's get some mana back, and boom, there we go. So yeah, I can absolutely see the appeal that Corvus has for these like true chimps maps, because he just makes the game so much easier. I mean, even for a player like me, I feel like Corvus is doing a lot, and I can only imagine how powerful Corvus is if you actually know what you're doing with the abilities and you actually have a game plan behind him. So yeah, Corvus does actually feel really strong. And guys, round 74, $40,000. So for 75, let's use the Ancestral Might. Actually, we don't have that much mana, but we have both of the mana gearing abilities, so let's go like this. I'm gonna harvest now. And then we do have the Overload. I'm not exactly sure if we want to be using it right now. I'm probably just gonna trample if necessary, and it's looking like it might be. So yeah, let's just trample it up. It's still fine. Yeah, it is. And then maybe we overload on this one, and bam, that's round 75 and 76. A bunch of BBs on this one. So what do? Maybe we can use the repel, because I think it does actually affect mob class balloons now. So let's just try and keep these guys in place. Then we can, we have to trample it up, and then we are probably gonna need to gather some mana, and let's just be ready with the soul barrier. The repel is still up, and that, oh my god, it's knocking these balloons so much. We don't even need the soul barrier. It's actually doing so much, this repel spell. It's crazy. All right, it's round 78, and we have a little bit of an issue, and it's that a bunch of our abilities are on cooldown. So let's start with the first ceramic wave by defending it with the frostbound, the ember. I'm gonna use everything, guys. We need all the damage that we can get. I'm gonna use the spear as well, so the mana is there, but is the damage gonna be there? And we're using so many spells, and yes, we defeated. Okay, so let's just miss these guys, and then for the next one, I want to use the recovery so that we can get the trample back, and then I'm gonna use echo and trample for the camo ceramics. All right, so camo ceramics inbound in a second, so let's get ready with the echo, and then we're gonna need the vision actually, because these guys are camo, and then we do have the trample ray. So let's go like this. Let's actually get some mana as well, and boom, there we go. That's round 78. 98. Now for this round, we have a very interesting combo. So I have Corvus right here, and then I use the Malevolence. So because this round is coming out from two sides, it's mobs from the bottom and small balloons from the left side, Corvus's Malevolence is keeping all these Regal Rainbows on the side, while these guys on the right are defending the mobs and all their leftovers. So yeah, this is a pretty cool combo. Do we have the mana sustain? I think we absolutely do. Oh yeah, there we go. This is just so cool. And guys, look at this thing, $60,000, and we have the Dark Champion around 81 on Cargo Chimps if we wanted to. I mean, this is just the Corvus effect. This hero is so good, and you know what? I'm actually gonna buy it. Let's just get the Dark Champion going. Why not? We worked so hard for this, so I think we deserve a little bit of a reward. I'm actually gonna get the strongest Stim as well, the Alchemist. And now we got the Dark Champion. There is, well, nothing else to do. So let me just keep nourishing. Let's try and get Corvus as high level as possible. He's currently level 16, and if we can get him closer to 20, that's gonna be amazing before the end of this game. I mean, I know that you could previously also get Corvus to level 20, especially on Chimps mode, but it would require a lot of nourishment and a lot of micro. But now with these latest changes, I mean, this is just like super easy. Round 92, I'm gonna have Corvus here at the back, so a bunch of 45 mobs, and then he is level 17, so I'm actually gonna use the nourishment. I'm gonna get some mana back, just like in case, because we're gonna have some deities on the next one. But I think the Dark Champion is gonna be enough for this round, right? I mean, he does a lot of damage, but we don't want to rely just strictly onto a Dark Champion. Corvus is gonna need to do something. Okay, so deities on this one, and let me use the vision. And I have a question: does the repel work on deities? It should, right? As long as it sees them. I don't even think that was necessary because the Dark Champion just melted those guys, but I think it did for a brief second, right? All right, so round 94, and let me actually use the nourishment. We're gonna get level 18 on Corvus. Let me get some mana back, and I think maybe it's time for like an echo. Get some mana back, and then let's do a double explosion, which is, oh my god, this explosion really doesn't do anything before you get level 20, does it? Oh no, is this gonna be enough? I think it is. I think the Dark Champion is strong enough. I mean, the explosion does do damage, but it's still a decent amount of damage. And guys, look at this thing. I mean, this is just so ridiculous. It is round 95, and we have another $50,000 saved up on top of having the Dark Champion. Like this hero Corvus, man, he just helps you save out so much money. And 95 with the DD, so let's move Corvus back. Let me get some mana going, and let's use Vision, Echo, and let's actually try the repel thingy that we weren't able to see on 93. I think it may be like for a brief second. I'm going to use the Frost as well. The Frost, I know that for a fact it works on the small balloons, but does it work on deities? I'm not exactly sure. It doesn't look like we need it, by the way. And before these UMGs actually come into contact with the Dark Champion, let me actually dismiss this one. I think we can get away with one more nourish. So let's go like this. Let's use the nourishment. Let's get some mana back by using the level 10 ability. And now we need to do something about this one, because I feel like we're probably not going to be able to deal with the ZMGs just by having the Super Monkey. So let's go like this. And I'm actually ready with the Echo. I'm going to use the Echo. Let's just do as much damage as possible to these guys. We do have the Soul Bearer. It's going to be a small Soul Bearer, by the way, but we need to use it right now. And how are we doing? Yes, there we go. All right, so round 98 is $64,000, and we have to do a lot of things on this round. So we are super close to level 20, but we are not there yet. So I want to do a couple of things. Number one is I want to use the nourishment, which is going to get us a little bit closer to level 20 actually. So let's just keep the recovery going just for a second on this round, and I think it's time to act. Okay, so let's go like this. Let's use the nourishment. Let's buy the remainder of the levels, which is going to make level 20 a lot cheaper. And I want to use the Echo and the, oh wait a minute, we don't have exactly that much mana, so let's use all these stalling spells. And I want to use Echo and Overload, but we're missing a little bit of mana, so let's use the level 10 ability. And now it's time for the Big Bang. And there it goes. Oh my god, this hero, man. There goes like literally the entirety of the round. Do we need to use the Soul Barrier, by the way, versus these guys? I think we're completely fine. No, that's gonna be fine. Oh my god. And that's about it. So round 99, we don't have any of these spells. I'm just gonna use the Vision. Maybe the Spirit is gonna do a little bit of extra damage. We use the Soul Barrier if necessary as well. I'm just gonna use it just to be safe, and we didn't tank anything with it. And then for round 100, unfortunately, not enough damage. We need the Dark Champion, and all of our spells are on cooldown with Corvus. So maybe we can enjoy, you know, the fruits of whatever we were doing on these past 3 rounds. We suffered a lot on this run. There was a lot of restarts and a lot of micro, but Corvus and the Dark Champion eventually did their job. So let's buy the Carpet of Spikes. And let's go like this. Actually, let's get all these stalling spells, because we are gonna need to use them. Actually, this is probably, I'm not even sure if this is gonna be enough, by the way. Am I jinxing it? How are we doing? We can actually move the Dark Champion like this. We have the passive and the active ability from the Carpet Spikes, and that is fine. There we go. And guys, I have nothing to add for Corvus. I mean, what a ridiculous hero this guy is. And if you are a better Corvus player than me, then you could probably just save up so much money, and all of these like the entirety of the game of BT6 is just gonna be so easier for you that it's just gonna be crazy. But yeah, that's gonna be it for this one. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'm gonna see you on the next one.